Hey guys, thank you for coming back to my channel. So for those who don't know, I am Psychic Bella Love. You can book your own personal private reading with me on psychicbellalove.com. The link will be in the description. And until Halloween, you can use the code BELLA20 to get 20% off your personal private reading with me. Just a heads up, any negativity, any bad comments, I'm going to just go ahead and block you and delete them because I do not promote negativity, and none of my readings are to promote negativity. It is to bring understanding and just simply kind of get some extra information around anybody that we're looking at, any situation. So this is never to encourage that. It's always, what can we learn from this? Is there any lessons we can apply to our own life? So for those who know me from Tracy's channel, I'm Tracy Brown Live. I'm on her panel show on the weekends, and every time that we do any videos, politically related, whatever, people always have tons of questions about Melania. Where is she? Does she actually support these things that her husband is doing? Is she happy with her husband? Does she want to be with that man anymore? So I figured that I would just go ahead and do a dedicated reading towards that. I got my Donald Trump swoop going today anyways. Anybody with curly hair knows sometimes your hair just does whatever the heck it wants to and goes in whatever direction it wants to go in, no matter how you want to fight it. So we're flying with that. So I am going to go ahead and shuffle the cards, ask Spirit, to let us into Melania's mindset, what she has going on, and where everything is going from there. So let's get started. Melania Trump. What is going on in her head? This is not for malicious intent, but only to further understand more. Is she happy in her marriage? Thank you for joining us, Spirit, to share this information and to bring blessings of abundance to all who watch and who we ask about. Thank you for joining us, Spirit. So, we want to know what is going on with Miss Melania Trump. Oh, and especially because, we heard now there's been some sort of phone call released where she was talking about Beyonce. It's like, girl. Should have had a Snickers and figured out what happened to the other people who've done that in the past before you opened your mouth about Beyonce of all people. So, let's see. And I feel like there's going to be a lot more information that's going to come out about Melania I would say until about the middle of January. And it's kind of like a trickle. Like, we get something, and then, everybody starts talking about something else, and then something else comes out about Melania, and then people focus on something else, and then here comes another story about her. And Spirit saying it doesn't matter so much, like, if even they get another 4 years in the White House, like, this is stuff that's just going to come out anyways in regards to her. For whatever reason, that friends or former friend, or Melania says they weren't friends, who wrote that book about her, sort of, set off this chain reaction where all of a sudden we're getting all this information about her, by her releasing what she had to say. More is on the way from others. And I think, if I am not mistaken, that phone call that was released had nothing to do with the other woman. We had a card fall out, the Justice card, so we'll be clarifying on that, what that means. But yeah, so it's, I just keep getting that there's a lot, that is going to start to come out in regards to her. And just a disclaimer, you know, I am a medium above all else. I am an empath. I am naturally psychic. I use tarot cards as a visual tool. I read them intuitively. So what I may be getting based on my cards might be something different than another reader might say, but this is just, you know, how I choose to read. So the first thing that comes up, you know, is Melania is in a situation with the Six of Swords where she feels like she's suddenly under attack. And it's like, yeah, people have came for me in the past because of my husband or because of, you know, the situations that we're in or the privileges that we have or whatever. But this time it feels personal and geared towards her. You know, like anytime people have said crap about me in the past, it was in connection to my husband and what he was doing. So people weren't happy with some policies that he was putting in place. So they want to drag up something that I did in the past, you know, like my naked Vogue issue or whatever it was that she'd done. You know, they want to bring that kind of stuff up to discredit my husband. That's whatever. I'm used to that. It's par for the course. But to her, it's like, I stay behind the scenes. Like, I don't get involved in all this stuff. Like, why the heck are you guys all attacking me and my character and who I am as a person? I don't make any of this stuff happen. Like, why are you coming for me? And because we have the Four of Wands, there is more that is about to come out. Like, these doors are opening. The light is coming through because there is more stories, more information that's coming out about her. She is trying with the Ace of Wands to stop a lot of this coming out. And she will be victorious when somebody will take the money. You know, because it's like she comes up as the Queen of Coins. Like, I'm going to pay you off or threaten to sue you, and then I get my way because you are too scared, or you just take the money and run and shut the heck up. But that only works for a little bit with this whole thing with the Hangman, because whatever she offers people or whatever she threatens them with, there are people that it's like, take me to court. Let's see. I actually have proof. I have pictures. I have receipts. I can prove whatever I'm saying. You're not gonna win. Or, bitch, please, like, you need to give me more than $5,000 if you think I'm not gonna tell everybody about that time that you did this crazy thing. And so it's working in the meantime that she has been able to filter some of the stories from coming out, stopped some certain things from being said, but it's not going to continue. You know, it's like, I stopped a few things, but worse things are going to come out. It's really hard right now for her too. And especially the more that does come out, it's going to be hard for her to keep up the facade, to keep up the story that she's been trying to sort of put out there about herself, to keep the image that she's built, you know, of sort of, I'm the pretty wife that comes out and I say complimentary things to my husband and I help, you know, sort of back him up and look like he's, you know, better than he is or whatever. And then I go back into hiding. I go back and I live my life and I'm out of the public's view. It's getting harder and harder for her to keep that up with everything that's coming. She wants to speak. She wants to defend herself, but she also knows that people are going to take whatever she says and twist it and turn it. And so it's like, the desire is there to defend yourself. The desire is there to say, that's not me. Like, why are you saying this about me? But then it's like, if I come out and do that, am I fanning the flames? Am I giving them something more to pick at and pick apart and tear up? So she is trying to kind of, you know, find a balance in, well, we're going to have this press release that'll say, no, that's not true. And then keeping to herself, you know, and not acknowledging things and just letting them sort of die down. But the funny thing is that I get the Three of Cups as well as the Three of Swords. There's a lot of people talking behind the scenes and working together into bring her heartbreak. And that is the intention. You know, people who don't like her, maybe they've had blow-ups with her in the past, or they didn't get, you know, very far with her or whatever. People that are no longer in her life. There's a lot of people behind the scenes gathering together and talking about her and like, well, if we tell this thing, if we leak this thing, if we let this get out, that's really going to destroy her and take her down. And a big thing that they are working on is trying to bring up other women that have been involved with her husband. And they know, you know, like as a woman, as anybody, as a human, you know, that would really be painful to have, yes, my husband had all these affairs on me, like out in the public, but especially in the position that she is in, where she constantly feels like she is defending her family and having to play a role to, you know, set a certain image, set a certain tone, make things seem like they are a certain way. And so it's like, you're going to tear apart everything that I did. You're trying to take down everything that I've worked so hard for. And that is what they are trying to do. She is very blindsided to who is doing this to her too, because it's like the people that she expects are being quiet. It's the least people who, it's like the people who have the least amount of access to her. Like, you literally cleaned my house one time. Like, why are you the person that's coming out and saying her husband was having an affair with a CNN reporter, or, you know, something like that? Like, why are you the spokesperson for this? That's where she feels so blindsided. It's by who is coming, who is telling these things, who is bringing this information to the forefront. And it's like, I don't know where to go. And it's almost like, because she comes up as the 7 of coins in her mindset, it's like, I'm sitting here and I'm waiting to see like who else is coming for me. Like, I'm just trying to live, I'm just trying to hide, I'm just trying to read a book in my room, you know, like, what is everybody doing behind the scenes and everything, and what do I need to do to correct it, to stop it, to fix it? Because she really feels like, I have to stop this. Like, this is not going to turn out well. And she's right, because we have the world in reverse. So the way that everything has been for her right now, it is all going to change in a big way. Not just in the sense of like, oh, well, you went from being this socialite model, being married to this billionaire real estate tycoon, and lived this fancy Fifth Avenue life, and now you're the first lady of the United States. No, it's like literally her comfy, cozy existence is being challenged. Everything that she feels like she worked hard for, to get stability for herself, for her family, to protect her child, to raise him, she feels like all of that is crashing down around her, and she's trying very, very hard to stop it. Yeah, there's definitely a woman, this Queen of Swords woman behind the scenes, who is determined, come hell or high water, to not only take Melania down, but to destroy her. It is a personal, vindictive thing. And again, like I said, because it is the 3 of Swords, which is somebody else being involved in your love life, and it is followed by the Devil card, it's bringing up those discretions that her husband has made. It's, well, he slept with this person, and then he slept with that person, and then he slept with that person, and then he slept with that person. All in the, you know, when you were 9 months pregnant too. It was 5 different women, and it's like, oh my God, like, can you hurt me anymore? And with the Moon card, it is all stuff from the past being exposed. Secrets that they thought were hidden, buried, or it wasn't that big of a deal, because it's like everybody in this lifestyle does that. But now that you are on a different stage and being held to a different standard, that means much more than it did in the past. And it is much more hurtful and harmful to you, your life, and everything else. And again, like with these cards, she comes up as the Queen of Pentacles. She is looking at everything as, I work so hard to get to this place. I have my money, I have my kingdom, and you are trying to take it down. You are trying to destroy it. And after her being the Queen of Pentacles comes up, here comes the Death card. So there is that end again to the way that everything has been for her leading up to this. Things are changing and not for the best, because with this Five of Pentacles and the Strength card, what Spirit is saying is she is going to have to be very, very strong. She is going to have to humble herself and work with other people. And I keep hearing to save herself. It's not even like, oh, like you just have to like have a good support system around you so that they can talk you through this and get you through this moment. It's not like, no, girl, you got to go save yourself. Like, this is not good. You got to save yourself. So we're going to ask more about what this actually means. But with the Chariot card, that is coming very quickly. And again, Three of Cups, a group of people celebrating about her demise, about the way that things are going for her, about the way that things did not work out in Melania's favor, and her having to fight with the Seven of Swords to fix it. And with the Three of Wands looking back and being like, I really screwed the F up with some of these people that I let around me, with some of the people that I confided in, some of the people that I let work with us. And it's just like, this is not how I thought things were going to go for me. She really, you know, I did a previous reading on this on Instagram Live, where I was talking about that Melania did not, I mean, her and Trump both didn't think that he was going to win this election, and they were going to use that as the catalyst as to why they were separating, like the stress of the election and him not winning, and the campaigning was too much and it drove them apart and all this. And that didn't happen, so she was forced to stay with him. And I keep getting like, she is very much feels like a bird in a cage, you know, that she's trapped in the White House in this situation of having to sort of play nice with Ivanka, play nice with all these advisors, play nice with other people. But it's like, please God, like, don't let this man win again. I'm just over this. I'm over being dragged through the mud constantly. I'm over being dragged out to have to hold his hand and play nice on a stage when he screws something up. You know, I get trotted out to save the day. I'm so over all this. Like, I just want to go home. Like, that's how she feels. And she knows, like, that there are people who have things on her husband that are going to come out with it. She's like, whatever, I don't even care anymore, leave me out of it. But now the fact that it's affecting her, it's getting to her, you know. So I'm going to ask, please tell me, what does this Justice card Spirit, give me clarity on this Justice card. But there's a woman who used to be actually a very close friend of hers. And it isn't this woman that wrote this story. It's another woman who is, Melania is not really aware of who it actually is. She's the one kind of playing the puppet strings behind the scenes, coordinating all this stuff. Like, it's like, okay, you know, stage right, hit the lights, you're on, and now the housekeeper is going to talk. And then in next week, okay, the former nanny is going to speak. And it's like, why are all these people coming out here? It's this lady behind the scenes who's gathering everybody. And it's like, it's your turn now. You go talk, you go talk, you go talk, your turn. But Melania doesn't know who this woman is behind the scenes. It's not Hillary Clinton either, guys, or Kamala Harris. It's somebody that was connected to Melania more in a personal way and for a long time. Back when Trump was more in his like apprentice heyday and everybody was like, oh my God, who is this? And really interested in him, you know, when he was starting to really become that celebrity guy that was in all these music videos and referred to by rappers. It's from that time period. So, wow, okay. Ooh, yes, okay. This Justice card. Well, it is connected to her husband. He's gonna deal with some very big legal issues next year. We will start to really hear about it like right as we're at the tail end of this year, and next year is where it comes out. And I keep getting this vision as I'm looking at this of Melania walking out of a building. Maybe it's like the Trump Towers where they live or something, because it looks similar to that. You know, it's kind of like those movie scenes that you see where somebody steps out and then all these flashes of cameras are on them and all the reporters being like, what do you think about what they just said this morning on the news about your husband? You know, that kind of thing. It is going to be really, really big. It's not really connected to anything else that has come out about him so far. You know, it is in a sense, but it isn't. It's like if this was to be something about some sort of sex scandal, and I'm sorry, I gotta, you know, kind of choose my words wisely on YouTube. It wouldn't be for the Stormy Daniels or the Jeffrey Epstein or the other stuff that we've heard about him. It's like a whole nother group of people coming out and being like, he had us chained in a basement and he was letting his friends give him 50 cents to come down and beat us with bats or something. Like, really something crazy that is going to be this huge story, and it's different information and different people. You know, so it might be similar to something that's happened already, but it is different people and a different situation this time around. And so that's where that is coming from. And with the Fool card, you know, the Fool card can have many different meanings. In this situation, it really is. He was being foolish. He was being stupid. He thought that he had all the money and all the power in the world, that he could do whatever the hell he wanted with absolutely no repercussions. And, you know, because he's showing up as the Fool in the Nine of Cups, obviously that is not really how things turned out for him. Yeah, it got to be hidden in the background. You got to keep it, you know, sort of to yourself. You got away with it for now. But here's the Four of Swords. Here's the Page of Cups. Guess what? The chickens are coming to roost. You're going to have to pay for what you've done. And it is almost, in a sense, like one of those things, too, where, you know, the government got Al Capone on tax evasion. And it's like, he did all these other things, and you guys couldn't get him. And that's what you get him for. It is, but, you know, karma will get you however karma will get you. And that is what is going to be the case with this whole Trump situation. That it's like, we couldn't get you impeached. We couldn't get you on Russia. We couldn't get you on Jeffrey Epstein. Well, guess what? Here's something that we can snatch you up for, and that's what's coming. And so, you know, that's how this is all going to start playing out. And she is going to have to take a big step back, Two of Wands, and really look at this in a logical sense, because Melania has dealt with things in the past by just clinging more to her husband and standing up for him and standing by his side and doing the whole Jackie O thing, you know, or whatever it is. This time around, she has to deal with things so much more differently. And it's like with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, she's gonna have to make the decision to walk away, no matter how much he's gonna be begging her. I need you, because that's what's gonna save me. And it's like, I have to save myself. I can't save you anymore. Like, you need to go deal with this. I need to walk away and protect me and our kid. You and your children, you know, meaning the older kids, you guys go work on yourselves. Me and Baron are going over here away from you, because I need to protect him. Because there is that Death card. Everything ends. So I feel like she's gonna divorce him to save herself when he gets exposed and actually has to pay the piper, you know, coming up here. She's gonna be very happy when she leaves. She's wanting to leave for a very long time. And because he comes up as the Emperor, followed by the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, it was always like, I was going to leave you, and now you roped me into something else. You got your way. You look amazing. And now here I am suffering again, because here's that suffering card, the Ten of Swords. She suffers a lot in this marriage. She really does. With the Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups, the Six of Cups is, I felt like I was getting myself into a Ten of Cups situation by being with you, but it didn't. It didn't. You know, all that glitters isn't gold. She learned that lesson. She learned that having money, having comfortability, being able to travel, being able to buy whatever you want, not having to stress over these things, it didn't lead to that personal happiness. By walking away from him, she's finally going to find her personal happiness. And Spirit's saying that because she did have sort of a lot of struggles in her life, maybe even if it wasn't growing up, because I don't know if she was poor. I haven't really heard that she really was. I heard that they were just sort of like normal middle class, but I mean, again, I could be completely wrong. But it's more so struggles when she was like in her late teens, early 20s, starting her career. Things did not go the way that she thought they were going to. She thought that she was going to come on the scene and, like, for example, be a Victoria's Secret angel, be a catwalk model. And instead, it's like, I'm lucky if I get booked, you know, to be an extra in a Skechers shoe ad. And it wasn't going the way that she wanted to. So when he came along presenting this offer to her of being married, it was like, well, okay, I may not love you in the way that I should, but you're providing me with something that I would not be able to achieve on my own. And I'm tired. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of worrying about if I'm going to have dinner tonight. I'm tired of worrying about if my lights are getting shut off tomorrow. And so she just got herself caught up in this situation where it was like, I'm just going to go with this and see what happens. And for a while, it was great. You know, and now she's starting to, she had already gotten to her expiration date, as we'll call it. Like, I've had enough of this. I've been with you long enough that I can now divorce you, get my little settlement, get my child support, get my alimony, and live very comfortably on my own and not have to deal with this. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, can't quit yet. We still need you on set, Melania. And the show had to keep going on. And she is really sitting over here like, okay, I'm ready for you guys to write my character off in this crappy reality show that I did not sign up to be in. And so, you know, she's on that place now where it's just like, I want to get the heck away from you. And the funny thing is, what Spirit is saying too is, like, she always has this fear in the back of her head. What the hell are you going to do next that they need to trot me out to save your ass for? I'm tired of going and sitting in the makeup chair, getting my hair blown out, getting told I'm wearing this dress, and then telling me that I have to go out on stage and smile and act like I'm happy for you. You know, I'm tired of having to do this Fox News interview and pretending like we have this happy, amazing marriage. I don't want to have to do this anymore. What is wrong with you people? So it's like, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? I just want to sit down and read my book and eat my food and, you know, make sure our kid did his homework. So there is always that kind of constant paranoia in the back of her head. Let's see. Spirit, does Melania agree with Trump? Because a lot of people always sort of felt like, yeah, you know, she just married him for money or convenience, or maybe she did love him, or whatever you want to call it, but that she doesn't agree with his policies and his beliefs and his tactics. But now that the Beyonce phone call has come out and more stuff has come out about her, people are sort of like re-questioning that. So I want to see like what Spirit has to say in regards to that. And you guys, trust and believe, if Trump does not become president again, they will divorce next year. I always just have gotten this sense the whole entire time, and I've looked this up in my card several times too, but the whole time since they took office, that You know, the second that she could, she's out. There's a divorce happening. And I feel like especially, you know, the way that he sort of gave a lot of what should have been her jobs to Ivanka really was, like, in a way, it was like, yeah, whatever, I don't even want to be out there anyways, you go ahead and do it. But it was a big slap in the face to her, and I think that it made her very sure of, I don't have any more doubts about my position in your life, how you feel about me, how you view me, how our relationship is. Like, I see it. I know the game. You know, I peeped it. Alrighty. Okay. She does and she doesn't. On certain things, she actually does agree with him about. Other things, she could absolutely give two craps, to be honest with you. And it's like, if she does agree with him on certain things, it's because it personally pisses her off. So it's like, if he's, you know, tearing somebody a new butthole because he doesn't like them, and it's like, yeah, I don't like them either because they talked crap about me, so good for you, I don't care. You know, like, yeah, get them, they deserve it. But when it does come to certain things, she is horrified. Like, oh my God, please, please, please stop it. I don't want to be known as that. I don't want to be associated as that. Why would you say that crap? Now everybody thinks I feel that way. So, because it's a lot of, you know, 4 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 2 of Swords. It's like, yeah, I agree with you at times, but then at other times you just do really crazy shit, and then I sit here and I have to clean up the mess, or I get blindsided by it and then I'm affected. And so she doesn't look upon him very kindly because he comes up as the King of Wands in reverse. Like, she feels like you screw up everything. It's like, you should, like, Melania feels like he should have stayed in his lane. You were fine in Trump Towers. You were making your money. You were flying under the radar. You got away with everything. We were good. Like, why did you do this? You screwed everything up for us. I have to pay the price. I don't like it. I want to get away from this. And then you drag me in and trap me even more into this because I just keep hearing the words trapped. And then she's trapped, you know, with the 7 of Wands. It's like you're trapped in the corner trying to fight your way out of it. And it's because of this bozo, the King of Wands in reverse, you know, like she's blaming him. Again, Jesus. See, he comes up again as the Emperor, where he always does, like, get his way in regards to her. But this time, Judgment, 2 of Cups, and it was in reverse. Sorry, I picked it up the wrong way. There's a divorce. There is a divorce coming. She's leaving him. Because the 2 of Cups is the marriage card. So when it's in reverse, right after the Judgment card, that's somebody is, you know, making a legal decision to leave their marriage. And everything that is coming his way with the Ace of Cups and this Wheel card, it's the karma. It's just his karma is coming back to get him. Melania knows that. The Sun card, Melania knows that this is karma. She feels like you did so much shit to everybody, including me. Of course your karma is going to come back to get you. You'd be stupid to think that it wouldn't. But why is it bothering me? Like, why do I have to deal with it? She's not realizing 100%, guys, that, you know, when you do throw your morals to the side and decide that you are going to tie yourself to somebody, the piles of coins, you know, for that comfortable life, the Page of Wands, you got to deal with what comes with it. And with the 9 of Coins, she's starting to see that right now. Like, you're getting your karma, and God damn it, I got to pay your karma too. Like, this is just so unfair to me. She wants out, guys. So, in conclusion, Melania, you know, feels trapped. He's definitely has a lot of not great stuff coming to him. We'll do a reading coming up on him. But she's not realizing the role that she plays in it, and that she brought his karma kind of affecting her onto herself through being attached to him. So there is, you know, some price to pay for her. There is going to be more that comes out about her, but she's going to leave him to save herself. And honestly, I feel like whatever comes out about her, it is going to be so overshadowed by him that it's like, you know, for example, if people are like, Melania used to go to the dry cleaners and steal everybody's clothes when she'd pick hers up, you know, then and everybody's talking about it, and then all of a sudden it's like, Chubb's getting arrested because of somebody that he beat up in 1992 or something, then everybody's going to be talking about that. They'll still talk about her stuff and be like, well, both of them are trash together, but his is so big that it just makes her like not look as bad if her story was completely out on its own. And again, I think that, you know, before in my previous reading, I had said there's people that are going to come out against him. She's aware of it. She doesn't care. And I think that that's where that ties in a lot too, where it's like, I don't care what you say about him because it'll get people to stop looking at me. So go for it. I don't want to be with this man anyways. You're making it easier for me to, like, for the public to understand when I leave him. You know, the more shit that comes out about him, then I look like, well, of course she would have to leave. Who would stay married to somebody like that? So she doesn't really mind so much because it gives her an out, and it also gives her a break from everybody being so super focused on her. But when he does stuff, some of it she agrees with, other parts of it she just gets mad that it affects her. So anyways, guys, I hope that brought some clarity to this situation. I am still new to all of this, so if you guys have any further questions that you want me to do a follow-up video on, if there is anybody that you want me to do a follow-up on, please let me know. If you made it to the end of this video, please like, comment, share if you care, subscribe. I definitely will be back doing more videos, and I hope that everybody is having a blessed week. To get your personal private reading with me, go to psychicbellalove.com and enter Bella20 at checkout for 20% off your reading. Thanks so much, guys, and I hope everybody has an amazing week.